Good morning. Welcome back to A Life Worth Living. I'm Frederick Roth, and I believe that God has a plan and purpose for everyone. I have a message of hope and truth to show you a life worth living. So, we are in Judges chapter 3, and there's a couple guys here that pop out right at the beginning of Judges. So the context here is Israel is basically backsliding, we call it. They've turned their back on the ways of God over a period of years. Don't really know how long, but 20 years or so. And they've gradually gone away from the things of God and started to amalgamate the pagan ideas and ways of the people around them. And so God does exactly what he says in Deuteronomy. He allows other kingdoms to come in and rule over them as punishment for not obeying his ways. But we want to make a really important point here. God is quick to show mercy upon his people. He tests and he proves them, and as soon as they start to even make a motion back towards them, he's there to pull them out. So we got two judges. This is before the kings and some of the prophets came on the scene, and in this situation they're called judges. They just became leaders in the land of Israel to help bring the people back to God and kick out the people that were oppressing them. First one is Othniel. Othniel the giant slayer. This guy is still alive. He's the guy that was Caleb's nephew. He's the guy that Caleb said, you know what? There's another city up here with a giant in it. If anybody takes that city, then I will give him my daughter to be his wife. Othniel loved the girl, so he went up and killed the giant. He was the giant slayer. He was the first guy that God called and said, you're going to judge, and he led the charge against Mesopotamia, who was oppressing them. 40 years he judged. Then, after he died, Israel went back at it again. The next guy was Ehud. Some of these names are ancient Hebrew names, and they're crazy. But he was a young man, and the Spirit of God came upon him, and he went and took out the king of Moab, who was oppressing them. And so on and so forth. We'll see this play out so many times. Question is, how does this apply to us in achieving our goals? Well, the thing is, God is merciful. And sometimes, as we're headed toward to achieve our goal, we make this little detour. The point is, we better hope it's a detour, because if you get bogged down and you get stuck in this section of your life over here that has taken you off your path, you may just end up staying there and die there. But if you can learn to recognize the times when you get off path, God will help you get back on path. That is one of the blessings that God has put into us, called free choice. If we get off path, we have the ability to get back on path. So remember that this morning. There are times in our lives when we will get off path. But let's keep an open mind. Let's keep an aware eye and an ear to the ground to realize, hey, something's not right here. We're not going according to the plan. We're not going according to the things that we ought to be doing. We're off path. And let's find our way back onto the path. So the lesson in Judges, and we'll see it over and over again, is let's get back on path. So if you find yourself off the path today, or in the near future, let this be a lesson to you. Get back on the path and get going towards your goals. God bless you. Have an amazing day. And get out there and live a life worth living. Do it.